Hello, my name is Heather Townsend and I am the writer of the Financial Times Guide to Business Networking. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about why your networking strategy needs to be what I call a joined up networking strategy. By this I mean that you're using both face-to-face methods of networking as well as online methods of networking. Now, you may not know, but before I was actually asked to write the Financial Times Guide to Business Networking, I was writing my own joined up networking book. And it was going to show professionals how to use the power of both online and offline networking for greater impact for business and career success. And it's very interesting that in my research I was talking with Ivan Misner, who is the founder of BNI, which is the largest and the only worldwide networking organisation, but is a purely face-to-face networking organisation. And what was really interesting that he said, it's now not about face-to-face or online networking, it's about and I think that's the really key point that I want to make. Whether you are very comfortable on online networking, whether you're very comfortable on face-to-face networking, you want to have the biggest toolkit that's available to you. And the best way is by being comfortable in both mediums. Now 5-10 years ago, networking was an activity that was generally conducted in organised events, groups, and it was face-to-face. Yes, you might exchange an email, but it would be about a phone call, about a face-to-face meeting or an organised event. Now these days, you don't have to be stuck to those organised events. What online networking brings you is the ability to network 24/7. Now I'm a business owner, but I have 2 small young children. And I found that I couldn't get out to breakfast networking events because childminders don't start at 6:30 in the morning. It was difficult to get to evening events because it suddenly became very expensive to add in the babysitter as well as the sort of the £10, the £20 for the evening event. Plus I actually wanted to spend time with my husband. So I turned to online networking and actually developed 80% of my business through relationships developed online. But the key thing is here that what online networking does, it's a low trust medium. So it takes you longer to build up the relationship. Where face-to-face comes into it, it speeds up and accelerates. So I use a mixture of both. I use a strategy which a lot of people use, which is online, offline, online, which means I initially meet them online, and if I see a benefit, I'll request a phone call, and it's from then I'll assess the relationship. And if there's something in that phone call, then I'll ask to have a face-to-face meeting if the location is practical. But I'll always maintain contact first and foremost through using online methods like Twitter, LinkedIn or Facebook. And I know a lot of people through my research use that to maintain a very healthy local network, whereas they might meet them initially, but they'll use the online tools such as Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook to maintain the contact between meetings and keep the relationship warm. And without the social networking, the social media element, you've then got to spend time individually keeping each of those relationships warm. Now I mentioned about meeting people face to face when the location was practical. Through this use of joined up networking, and particularly the online networking, I've been given the reach and the depth to a fully global market. Now some of you might think, but I'm a florist in a village, I don't need access to a local market. But some of you are thinking, actually, I can do some of my business with customers and clients all around the world. This is what online networking gives you. And I've picked up clients in Australia, Finland, Hong Kong, places that I would have not normally found clients through my use of online networking, connecting with people through mainly Twitter, but some LinkedIn. Now I've found that if I'm picking up clients, my competitors are also there. And there's this medium, and if you're not in it, it's an untapped resource, which is why I suggest that you have both face-to-face, so that you are meeting people who are not switched on to online networking, but also online networking. So you're switching on to those people that are using both, or there are a growing breed of people that are only using online networking for whatever reason. So to summarise, these are the reasons why I suggest that you should be using both online and face-to-face networking. 1, because it gives you a greater toolkit as a networker. 2, because you can have greater reach and depth and finding people through online networking than you can through face-to-face. 3, it's easier to maintain contact through social networking tools, as your one message can go out to many of your network. It's a 24/7 networking medium, online networking, which you cannot get through face-to-face. But face-to-face has one huge advantage over online. It's quicker to build up trust. So I always move to a phone call or a face-to-face meeting at the point that I want to move the relationship from just being a contact into a genuine connection and somebody that I want to help and do business with. And then lastly, if I've generated 80% of my business through relationships that I've originally met people online, your competitors and your clients are doing the same. Can you really afford to miss out? My name is Heather Townsend, and I am the writer of the Financial Times Guide to Business Networking.